Hi everyone, my name is Sive. Welcome to my booktube channel. Today's video I am going to do just a chill chat through what I want my reading to look like in 2025 and some goals that I have set for myself. No deep thoughts. Here are some goals. When I was reflecting on my 2024, I have read more last year than I ever have before, and my goal is not to read that amount again. I'm setting a lower book goal. I think the original goal that I had set in 2024 was 100, and I read 167 books. I would like to read less than that this year. My goal is 130. I don't know about you guys, but I am an avid library frequenter, and that includes Libby and Hoopla, which are two apps that you can get for free with a free library card that has ebooks and audiobooks free for loan. Each of the apps works a little bit differently. Libby, you have to put books on hold, audiobooks on hold, the same way you would, for a physical copy. Hoopla, you can borrow immediately, but you are limited to only 4 borrows a month. I'm telling you this because one of my goals this year is to use all of my Hoopla loans first. I normally use those loans to spend them towards priority reads of mine, books I'm most excited about, whereas Libby, I put holds on stuff that is new authors to me, new discoveries, or a thriller I maybe don't know that much about, but in the moment looked really good. The reason why I want to prioritize Hoopla is because I have wanted to hold on to those and save them for when I really want to read something and have the impulse to. And then I get to the end of the month and I'm like, oh, I've got 2 left. I need to spend those before the end of the month. And I don't. Definitely want to stop doing that because Hoopla loans are very, very precious and I don't want to let any of them go this year. The next goal is to prioritize 5-star predictions. And I know that sounds very, of course, duh, but I accidentally put myself in a situation where I have let series that I've given the first book or the first 2 books 5 stars to drag on in my life because either I haven't purchased the sequel or I'm too scared to read it, or it's a big book. I do read a lot of fantasy. As series progress, typically you see the books get bigger. I want to be critical about my 5-star predictions. I want to be reading books, even if it takes more time and energy and effort from me, that I have a better chance of succeeding and giving 5 stars to. I had a lot more 5-star reads last year than the previous year, which was great, but I want to continue that momentum. There is no reason that a 5-star prediction should elude me for months and months and months. Rolling off of that into my next goal is to commit to series. Like I just said, I've let series continue into my life for longer than they need to, and I am guilty of being intimidated by big books. But what I find is revisiting a series after giving a first book 5 stars, reading the sequel is never as difficult as I anticipate it to be. In my experience, some of the bigger, more intense fantasy that intimidate me require more effort and have better payoff. I would really like to read more Irish authors this year. I'm Irish, my family is Irish. In general, I want a library that is diverse with a variety of lived experiences on the page for me to experience things that I personally will never in my life. And something that I'm passionate about is definitely reading and supporting Irish authors. They're out there, and just because they're not right in front of my face doesn't mean that I can't, just do the research and find them myself. The next goal I have is to read short stories and more anthologies this year. I've had great success with short story collections before. I have some of my favorites that I've ever read on the shelf, actually. Books like Nocturnes by John Connolly, Life Ceremony by Sayaka Murata, and Out There by Kate Folk are some of my favorite short story collections. I typically go for more scary stuff in this format. Anything from weird fiction that's dystopian, kind of out there, full-on horror, and then in between. So if you have any recommendations for me, actually, please let me know in the comments because I am looking for new stuff to read this year that are anthologies. And yeah, that's kind of it. I have a few priority actual titles that I'm not going to go into, but that's kind of what I want my reading to look like this year. I think I would like to be a more critical reader. I'd like to develop my own reading comprehension to be stronger. I want that to be a skill that I'm constantly striving to strengthen. And other than that, I just want it to continue looking the way it has over the past few years of my life. It is a favorite hobby of mine. It's how I honestly want to spend most of my free time just in general, for better or for worse. So yeah, let me know a few goals that you have for yourself, what you might want your reading year to look like in 2025. And I hope you have a wonderful reading year. If you have not subscribed already, please feel free to do so. I'd love to have you. And other than that, have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.